Basically, the solitude of a person in life is one of the conditions of human being. I think that creativity is a process of establishing a contact with the outer world.
Short film was a wonderful tribute to this painter. He was born in 1923 and died in 2021. This was a two-part film. The first part was filmed in 2015 and he painted a piece. The film then showed footage in 2019 when he painted another piece. I really enjoyed the interviews with him and his philosophies on art and capturing people. I agree with his comment that capturing body language as an artist is very important. It was a lot of fun watching him create the paintings, despite the fact that his vision was so weak both in 2015 and 2019. I also enjoyed that the film showed many of his paintings and sketches from over the years to give us a sense of his style. I liked the easy soundtrack and also the footage of people walking in New York and how he was able to paint people doing everyday things so well. Great film.
Gives us this amazing, passionate, and very detailed creative process for this outstandingly great painter. He is such a loving person, taking us through the decision making of colors, shapes, the different sketches, and the compilation of his friends in each painting. The music is great, and then they take us to the creative process that's just so humble. This 96-year-old man with macular degeneration, he was so sharp and full of life, and then unfortunately did fade away this year, and it's so sad. But I think he had the fullest life, and he looks so happy.
Fascinating and intimate exploration of a really interesting artist. Just a trip into his world. I thought it was very well done. Like just the fact that we got right into the character and exploring him through also showing his works, the evolution of his art, the interviews, parts of it were really well done and interspersed quite nicely with various images. But yeah, I sort of also got the impression that the format of this film seemed to reflect well his artistic style, the way that it suggests more than goes into detail of right. It just draws the the shapes of what this man's world is, and explores his passion and his talent. I thought it had a great soundtrack, very sparse as well, but really accompanied the subject matter and the images quite well, and it seemed to reflect what I was getting from his personality and his essence. So yeah, quite well done. I really enjoyed it.
I loved this. I thought the concept of having him create a painting on film and kind of explain his process and just kind of like let him do his thing while, you're filming, obviously, was amazing. I thought it was so great. And then being able to go back years later and see the differences, but have the same concept of him making a painting on film, and a lot of the same, obviously things changed, his health was not necessarily declining, but like he was getting older. I mean, he was 90 plus years old. So obviously there was a difference between the two paintings, as his eyesight especially did progress and get worse. But the approach and the method and the theory behind all of that was the exact same from the first painting that he did on film to the second. And I thought that was lovely. And having him just kind of narrate his thought process was so beautiful, especially because like I'm not a painter. I'm not an artist like that. And so getting to hear that from an artist is so, I think, valuable and so fantastic.
It's such a wonderful piece and such a wonderful man. I loved seeing Serge work. I loved, hearing him talk about his work. And his paintings were just astounding. I just absolutely loved his paintings. I love what he was saying at the beginning about, solitude. And I immediately, looking at the images of his paintings, I see how he's, constructing everyday life and people about their business in his own particular way that has a particular philosophy for how he does it. So that was quite wonderful. It was really nice to see him creating the paintings just for this film, which gives this film some real value. Some real value. To hear him talk about his macular degeneration was very sad, but it was really neat to see that he was adapting as an artist and just creating differently because of it. And watching him construct those paintings, talking about, how he's using, just broader ideas of shape and whatnot, rather than detail. It's always said by so many artists that parameters or limitations are valuable, And, he really made the best of his situation by creating just a different kind and a beautiful, art. So, it was sad to see that he has since passed this coming out. But, he leaves a wonderful legacy with all of his images and with his story and his background and everything that he tells us in this film. So it was really beautifully done. I'm glad I saw this. And I hope this gets out there and gets seen by a lot of people and that the message is heard.
Despite having a vision impairment, the artist Serge Hollerbach, I believe I'm saying that right, is able to create these large-scale paintings full of movement and color blocking. This film is a profile on his life in his later years, as he still is able to put out these incredible pieces of artwork with and without assistance. There's also an element of melancholy in this film, as Serge's conditions causes him to lose more and more of his eyesight. But this is not a film about dying or how bad it is to be visually impaired or anything like that. It is just, this film is a glance in his very long and very interesting life, and how, despite the challenges he has faced in the past, and despite his worsening condition, he still continues to paint, and I really feel like that's incredible.
It's so great to see that he doesn't get deterred by his aging and disease. He doesn't let it stop him from doing what he loves, his art. And his talent is quite clear, but what's even more clear is his determination. It's so heartening and encouraging to see someone persevere through disease and through hardship and still do what they love. He has seen so much in his life and experienced so much that all of those experiences that he's gone through are truly represented within the art. And I think it was a great privilege to see that as well.